Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lucas Oil Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot.
Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. That's Julian Blackman. And the Colts are off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And we only saw this group for one snap to start the game, Brock, so hopefully we get a longer look at them this time.
You know, Kate, in a lot of ways, it may even be easier to shake that first one off. They're barely on the field, so it's really a second chance to write the opening series you wanted.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 now. Gets it to Paris Campbell. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This finds Smith. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? So it'll be 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Hurts throwing again. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, they'll look for them.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
This play goes for 36. And it'll be first down, Colts. They really don't care what the split is between ground and him as a receiver. The important part for their offense, Brock, is just getting this dude touches.
Yeah, just like those hoopers you see, right? When they are on fire, get him the ball. Whatever it takes, you're going to find a way to devise a scheme to get it to him, and they're doing it right now. Damage through the air.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. This throw is caught. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Gay to add the extra. And he misses the point after, so this stays a 6-point game. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll kick things up from the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, and they go right back to it. He's contained at the line for no gain. Quiddy Pay there to take him down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Space on the right. He's got room. And the Colts had a great return to that turnover before they're finally stopped.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie. That's what that whole defense screams after an interception. And you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts parlay the interception into points. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip and again.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dean. And the Eagles will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. Well, the good news is it's not going to count as a pick on the stat sheet, but 2 points left on the table thanks to that INT.
It sure looked there for a second, didn't it, Kate? Like the points may have been going on the other side of the board.
Sure did.
And I'll tell you what, this is one of those moments we don't see a lot, right? Interception, run back on a 2-point play. It just shows you the wherewithal of this team, the coaching.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish them as they get... Oh, brother, it's another interception!
The Colts take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. A really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, I mean, start there. But immediately then fumbling the ball right back over, that's none too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And it's a nice game, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun now on 3rd down. On the move, headed right. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he won't get there. He's out of bounds short of that first. Sirianni going to have the officials look at this one again. He's throwing that challenge flag. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Working quickly here. 2nd and 6 now. On target to his man Taylor. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. With Dean in on the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Got his target. It's Granson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. Time for the second quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points. From the 16. Taylor makes the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They're going to turn to Taylor on third down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in the hurry-up here. First and goal, here's Taylor. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Offense up to the line fast. Here's Richardson. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Throwing now, Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts go up by 19. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Quitting Pay there to take him down. Working quickly here. On the play fake, gets Hurts. He's on the move. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. On third down, it's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Hurts now on fourth. Buying some time right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
I enjoy watching Josh. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd down and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Allen. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
He finds Austin with the ground. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fields.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. I like the call to keep the offense on the line. From this distance, a field goal is no sure thing, and that's a great job by the quarterback, recognizing the situation. Nobody's open, take off, become a runner, extend the drive, pick up the 1st down.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. That's pulled in, Najee Harris. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Fields from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Johnson now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one brought in by Curtis Samuel. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Allen going to give it to Cook. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Out of the end zone, it's Ty Johnson. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now a shot downfield for Samuel.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. This one grabbed by Austin. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 1st down. Fields escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now he'll run to the pylon. He's in. Justin Fields. Touchdown Steelers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers move further out in front. It is now 17-0. well now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Johnson now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. This one, downfield for Kincaid.
We had a chance to sit down with the quarterback this week in practice. He preached the importance of that I have to do a better job protecting the ball. Well, so far here early, it doesn't seem like that's been the case. He's been a little reckless here in the opening quarter, and he's going to have to clean that up throughout the rest of this game.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
The Bills offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Now he'll run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Allen will throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. A pass taken in by Harris. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. It is 3rd and 10. Fields to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Here's Corliss Waitman now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. A run with Cook, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Once again, it's Cook.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Allen on 3rd down. Has his man. It's Samuel. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 1st down, it's Allen. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd down. It's Fields. He's going to air this one out. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, Fields. He's going to look downfield once again.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. Fields now to throw on first down. He'll get this out to his running back. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. A give, and here comes Harris. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. On third down, they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
They do on this drive. First down now. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, at some point, if I'm this quarterback, I think I'm going to start testing somebody else in this secondary. I mean, he's already made his impact felt multiple times today, and it doesn't matter who they line up across from him. Right now, he is completely taking them out of the game.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
Mike, that's a great play for any defensive back, let alone an undrafted rookie. I mean, to think that every single team passed on him in this past year's draft multiple times is pretty hard to believe. And again, this is the growth. This is the development that they saw when he signed there as an undrafted free agent. And he has taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given, and now he's creating turnovers for this unit. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers able to add on. It is now 27-0. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time, but contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take...
That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That'll be intercepted. And the Bills will take over at their own 15.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Micah Fitzpatrick.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
A 1st down throw for Fields. A dive and a catch. Incredible. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner? That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do was get back to the original.
And he's into the end zone. Najee Harris, touchdown Steelers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Boswell now for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Steelers add on to their already sizable lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. He's going to tuck it and go. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Run out of the gun with Crump. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. On 2nd down, Allen. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
This one grabbed by Austin. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That one taken in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out first down and 10. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A run up the middle with Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So now they'll throw it with Allen. He's going to keep it himself. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. To throw is Allen. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
That's taken in by Shakir. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Allen. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. On third and goal, here's Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. No reason not to go for it at this point. They will on fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. They roll the dice, fourth and goal, but they're going to wind up being turned away by the defense. The Steelers' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 96 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Here's Allen to throw. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Allen. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
On the handoff, this is Cook. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Looking downfield for Coleman. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. 1st down. Fields. Going up top. That's caught. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. And he's got another one. Calvin Austin. Steelers. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane to the goal line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Second and goal. Working out of the gun to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this 1st half. So we've reached halftime in a game that is all but over here at the break. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We got an excellent 1st half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He was nothing short of amazing, throwing 4 touchdown passes to help push his guys out to a sizable halftime lead. The highlights from the 1st half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this 2nd half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down 2nd half. as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the... First and 10. Fields. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Throwing again. Fields on 2nd and 10. He's got it! And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a... They'll start on the ground with Cook. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. Now he takes off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack. Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
They'll indeed go for it with Allen. And that is not going to complete, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's good.
That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll finally be tracked down at the Bills' 20-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards. On the carry, it's Cook. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Here's Cook. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. And he will power his way into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats, makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight. Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like, They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this down to about the 7. On 2nd down, Cook. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And he'll get this inside the 5, but no further. Great job by the defense. It sets up 4th down. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. One of the Steelers has it. To feel good about that. 4th and goal. They come up with a big play and end this drive.
In this case, Mike, the defense is thinking turnover on downs, but in this play, they actually force the turnover in the process and make a huge goal line stand to keep the offense out of the end zone.
The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. Nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. Terrific all game long. Fields now to throw on 1st down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Fields. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. That's hauled in at the 2. And he will get into the end zone. Pat Fryermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On for the extra point is Boswell. It's up and good. And the Steelers will add one more onto their big lead. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Allen on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They do indeed snap it and he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. A first down throw for Fields. There's that man again. Another catch. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A carry for Cook. He'll get about 2. Joey Porter Jr. that time up to make the play. From the gun, Josh Allen. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. From the shotgun. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his pass.
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Samuel has it working the middle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the 2nd half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Allen. This one, downfield, for Kincaid.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he... either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They're going on 4th down. Allen. And he's going to have the Bills' first down. They managed to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Yeah, now it's just getting out of control, Mike. I mean, to see him continue to put the ball in harm's way time and time again, it's a little miscommunication. It's a little bad execution. I'm sure it's a little bit of everything. But at the end of the day, the ball is in your hands. You've got to make better decisions with it.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Here's Allen. And more of the same. Another interception. And the Steelers are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Well, I don't think it takes any real high-level analysis, Mike. When you turn the ball over at this rate, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. I mean, it's just very simple. You got to protect the football if you want any chance of turning around this one.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And he will take this one in. 82 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. So that will tie the NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. First done by Sid Luckman with the Bears in 1943. And then Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 1954. We've waited a long time. Now they have company. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. In motion, Shakir. On 1st down, it's Allen. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run with Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Fields now on 2nd down. Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Steeler 1st down. Working free downfield, it is Williams. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Fields. A dive and a catch. Incredible. From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. A pass taken in by Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Third and goal. He'll try to run with Harris. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2. And he's into the end zone yet again. Najee Harris. Touchdown Steelers. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers stretch things out even further. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Allen to throw. He'll find his running back, Cook. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Dante Jackson. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense ready to take over once more. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. Oh, that one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down. Once again, it's Cook. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Allen. And that is incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And he's not going to outrun the defense and push him back out of bounds. A loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Now Allen. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson. And he's going to bring...
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback from UNC.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll throw with May. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Looking to throw, May. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Rolling to his right. Muscles him on. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's May. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Stevenson. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of...
Pass to Henry is intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
But we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And finally, he's taken down at the 18.
Throwing here is May.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Hunter Henry. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And he missed it. No good.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On third down, it's
Steelers. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, and his early stride.